This is the ADIDAS YEEZY Boost 700 WAVERUNNER.
That was seriously dramatic. Let me explain the drama and the reason why. Well, to be totally honest, this shoe has had some dramatic times in its life since those first images that you saw with Kanye wearing them on his feet, and the amount of people when that happened, which feels like a lifetime ago now really, just hating on this shoe. Now we turn the clocks forward in time to current day, and last weekend on Saturday was the official restock. Not really a restock when it comes to everywhere else in the world and, you know, selected stores and Adidas online, because it actually was the first time it's ever dropped. So yeah, the tale of woe this shoe has had from its inception to its kind of slow leak out to the public, and instant perception for some people was that they did actually get on board with it, and people have really been talking up that it's sort of caused that dad shoe hype to start. Well, I presume a lot of brands had the dad shoe kind of concept in mind anyway as a trend, and you've seen the likes of the Puma Thunder Spectra, you've seen the likes of Under Armour bringing out their own equivalent of quite a chunky sneaker, and obviously we've got the Nike MK2 as well. You know, there are a lot of shoes. I personally feel like Adidas were the flag bearers for it when I was in my youth. They produced things in the early 90s like the Galaxy series and things like that, and the Young One is like a product of that, and the Falcon, and now obviously we have the Yeezy Boost 700, the WAVERUNNER we've all been waiting for, whether it be to criticize and hate on and it be the work of the devil that is Kanye West, and you are pro whatever brand you are pro of. But if you are a fan of this shoe, like I really am a fan of this shoe, then you're going to be really happy in some ways and maybe not in other ways. Let's talk about that a little bit more. When the Yeezy 700 first released, its price point was obviously considerably lower than what the inevitable situation was going to be, which was that as the hype built and the time passed, Adidas had the opportunity to price hike this shoe. And to price hike it to heights of £250 was looking a little bit steep for your average Joe, and even I felt a little bit like there was a bit of advantage taken. But as you may have watched the Soul Seeker video that I did last week, if you haven't watched that, go and check it with the link up above. King of Trainers said that if this shoe was to have been sold at £500, it probably still would have sold out. And I think the reason being is that it may not be accessible to some people at the £250 price point. It may have not been accessible to people if it was at a £500 price point, but it still would be accessible to some people. And it inevitably has sold out, and everyone who got them, congratulations, well done on your W. I was so excited when I managed to get my offspring confirmation that I'd been selected. and I'm super grateful to Offspring again. And I also took a W with End, surprisingly enough, for the first time ever. So I'd like to thank End as well. And obviously I now have a dilemma. That said, my other half may want a size swap, so I'm sort of tempted to maybe do that for her. We will see. But as it stands at the moment, they haven't even arrived in the post yet. Now let's get into the review of the Yeezy Boost 700 Wave Runner.
All I do is laugh. I say, got my only boss, even Moses had a staff, you know.
So we've got the typical classic Kanye West Yeezy Boost box. This time we've got the 700 branding running across the top of the classic brown box. I managed to, fortunately enough, get my hands on a UK 9.5. I was given a lot of guidance by a lot of people to say, please do consider half sizing, if not full sizing up. Personally, in my opinion, I half sized up from my standard UK 9 to a UK 9.5 in the shoe, and it fits me perfect. That said, if you do not like a snug fit, perhaps maybe you should go up a whole size. I'm not going to bother unboxing this because, if I'm totally honest, I already have. This is the shoe of controversy, the shoe that everybody and their dog had an opinion on when they first came out, and we can't really give a true opinion without giving a true assessment of the quality of the materials. Let's just start with the shoe's toe box. So if you have a little look at the toe box, we've got some really nice grey suede running through the front panel of the shoe, and it runs into a green teal mesh running into the centre of the toe box with an 3M element through the centre to hold down those butter coloured laces. Running into the side portion of the shoe, we've got this kind of deep green colourway with some waves of black felt running down the sides. Now don't be mistaken, yes, this is black felt, not suede, but then it runs into some really nice black suede in the rear. These two areas here are 3M reflected silver panels, as well as these orange areas on the sole are also reflective as well. Got some fairly decent quality leather that runs around where the shoes lace, and it goes all the way back towards the rear. We've got some mesh that's in the side paneling here with some 3M stripes underneath. The tongue is made out of a quite soft mesh and is totally detached from the main body of the shoe. In the rear, we've got some fairly open areas of mesh. It's quite broad mesh compared to the rest of the shoe, and we've also got some nice suede in the heel counter region as well, with a few of those silver reflective elements punched into the back. The laces are similar to the butter kind of colorway Yeezy 350s. I really do like all the contrasting colors that we've got going on through the shoe. Now properly, let's get onto the sole. Now, having a look through this sole, it's a massive chunky sole, and inside this is the lovely cushiony soft Boost material. Definitely something that I would say has some levels of comfort that you don't get in, say, the Yeezy 500s, and obviously it's going to be because of this lovely Boost material that's all the way through the shoe. Now when I first saw the shoe, I really loved how the sole design on the underside looked. It had these really amazing windows of Boost that we've never ever seen before in a shoe, and it is one of those sort of aspects of the shoe that I really liked. It's so different for a Yeezy that it really attracted me, with this really strong deep black tread. I was really disappointed to find out it actually wasn't Continental tread, but nevertheless it's a good quality amount of tread on the bottom of this shoe. You've got the ADIDAS 3 stripes performance logo down in the bottom part of the heel, and that is the only place you will see the branding other than the insole. And talking about that, there's the insole. Nothing particularly different on the backside to a Yeezy 350 as well, and some more branding on the underside. And last but not least, the one highlight and the key feature to why I love this shoe so much is the contours of this sole. I really like the shape and these angular designs, and I really kind of sort of feel this kind of strange ink mark kind of element to the front part of the shoes sole, and it's definitely a really cool, really peculiar design that has really caught the imagination of so many people. We always talk in the sneaker community about levels of quality, and sometimes levels of quality should be dictated by its price point. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way these days, and I do feel like areas like the suede and areas of the leather maybe aren't quite as high quality as they possibly could have been. I don't even feel like the suede is as good a quality as is on the Yeezy 500. But nevertheless, I'm not going to complain. I've been waiting for the shoe a long time, and in all honesty, I know that if you were wanting this shoe and you manage to get your hands on this shoe, there is no way on earth you're going to overly knock the quality of it. If you're happy with it and you like it on your feet and you feel comfortable, then that's all that matters and that's all that counts. If it's not for you, then don't buy it. Simple as. It's an easy thing, and we all know that we don't know sometimes why we like something, we just do. That was it. These were the ADIDAS Yeezy Boost 700 Wave Runners. Right, after that ramble, I think it's time for an on foot. Wow, I'm glad that we managed to get that over and done with, but there's one more thing I haven't mentioned, and that is, did you notice whether your Yeezy 700 was made in China or made in India? And if you know why they were made in different factories, I'd really like you to comment in the section down below. Don't forget to hit the like button, smash that subscribe button if you really want to, and you will catch me at SneakerCon London coming this Saturday, the 22nd of September. I cannot wait to meet some of you guys in person, and I've also got potentially some Thai Kicks merchandise ready for you guys to pre-order. Now, that's about it. It's time to go. It's time to say good night, God bless. I'll see you next week for the SneakerCon vlog.